came to dance very young. When I was a 4-year-old, my mom and sister would take me to the shopping mall. I grew up in Ottawa, so we would take the bus to Billingsbridge, and there was a dance school on the way. So I started, and I was just drawn into it from the first class. Like, I just felt like it was like where I belonged. I finished my professional training, and a lot of dancers at the time were going to Europe. So I went over with my backpack, and after a few weeks I got a job in Sweden, in Gothenburg, and I stayed there for 3 years. I danced for the ballet company, and it was really like a dream. In my early 30s, I thought to myself, I think it's time to come home, or closer to home, and Montreal made the most sense because it's such a dynamic city with so many wonderful choreographers, companies. So I moved here and then slowly began to really get serious about wanting to create my own work. This month, I've been fortunate to be an artist in residence here at Place des Arts in Salger. It's wonderful because it's such a nice focus and it's so quiet in here. So there's nothing to do but focus. So I've been working on a new performance called Lullaby. I started this work about a year ago in studio, and I focus more on costumes and set, and I've been using this time to really think about music, to think about the structure, and I'm specifically working with 2 wonderful artists, musicians and singers that are also Red River Métis. So the project Lullaby, it's based, I would say, on the cusp of one moment. There's a well-known moment in time called Batoche. It's called in our history books the Battle at Batoche. But really, we call it a resistance because we were resisting this colonial power coming in and, just obliterating. So my family started leaving and going more to Saskatchewan, where they ended up on a road allowance community just outside of Prince Albert. The Métis men that were left, the old ones, they had sent all the young men away with their families. They go westward, we'll stay and we'll fight. But they knew they weren't going to survive. One of the women offered to sing them a lullaby. So she sang them to sleep. So for me that night, I imagined the lullaby lulling the men to sleep, and collectively our people, somehow. We were lulled to sleep, and there was a layer of protectiveness over our nation. We're more than 100 years later, but there's been a resurgence and a renaissance with artists and things coming to light about, I would say, the dark history, not just of our people, by all Indigenous peoples in this country. The work is happening, luckily, through these incredible residencies and mentorship opportunities that I've been having. It was nice to have that time to reflect and to be able to kind of start nourishing this seed that is turning into a plant, I would say.